Hi, today I'm going to discuss about how we can position Zscaler Private Access as a VDI alternative. Before getting to this, let's jump in and see why do we use VDI solutions. We will leverage VDI solutions for multiple reasons like access granularity, restricting users to access only authorized applications, data residency restrictions, like ensuring data stays within your corporate boundary and is never stored on the end user devices. Third pointer is traffic localization, minimizing the latency of heavyweight client to server interactions, desktop management or reductions, maintaining a clean desktop experience and ensure a persistent desktop that users can access from multiple devices. And also, some companies are leveraging for legacy application support, enabling access to the application that requires older operating systems. You can go with VDI kind of solutions. And also, software license reductions. When you are deploying the software to a limited pool of virtual desktop, there rather than using those licenses to all the machines. And also you ensure that traffic inspections like force all the traffic that goes to the on-premises security staff. When you have this kind of VDA functionalities, Zscaler private access and Zscaler internet access are coexist and complement each other to secure the virtual desktop infrastructure in your corporate. For an example, your VDI solutions are in the on-premises or on the public cloud. You can have the app connector behind these particular VDI solutions and protect those VDI solutions through the app connectors. And you have Zscaler internet access. Whenever the VDI solutions is reaching out the internet, you can enable the clean internet transactions for those VDI solutions. But now corporate of thinking how we can replace VDI itself. Why do we need to replace the VDI? Because VDI is more costlier product, and we need multiple support engineers to support the platform, and also we need a bigger platform to have these VDI solutions. Before jump into the detailed implementation details, let's see the user-centric view. Today, you have two different set of users. You may have employees and you have temporary workers or contractors. How will you treat those users and how they access your applications using their respective uh, devices? When you see here, the third parties are partners or contractors who will be the offshore developers or trainees in a franchisee or remote admins. They will use same set of tool to manage multiple customers. They will not install multiple tools on the platform. That will be very costlier for them and very tedious to manage it. You can think of a platform where a shared support is operating. They will have a single ITSM tool and all the customer ITSMs are integrated into that single ITSM so that they will have only one view. They can see all the tickets which are associated which are triggered from multiple companies, right? So that's the same scenario working out here as well. No new tools to be installed on the third party or contractors machines, whereas they will use same set of tools for serving multiple customers. Another set of users is employees. The users will connect from corporate offices and also they will connect from remote offices as well. Then maybe they connect from home or they connect from the cafeteria. And also there are a set of users who completely operates from the remote workers. And newly acquired employees through the merger and acquisition. These are the various personas we have in terms of employees. How we can facilitate the access to those new set of employees, we can enable the flexibility to bring your own devices so that they can be more productive. But when they are bring their own devices, there are a lot of chances of security violations in your corporate. If you are allowing the other devices which are not corporate internet devices, you may think of whether the right patches are there in their machines, or antivirus are up to date, and other security portions, if there is any malicious, are there any antivirus softwares are up to date on their machines. Those things you need to validate, right? In the same way, when you see the app centric view, you have applications inside your corporate. Your contractors or your third parties needs to access those applications along with the employees. How will you facilitate that access? There are two different set of scenarios now, right? You may have thick client or desktop based application. You can leverage desktop or browser based access for the uh, applications which are running on 443 or SaaS based applications. For example, you have Office 365, you have Salesforce, and you have Azure or GCP platform, right? That you can facilitate through the SaaS based access. Another set of uh, tool is leveraging the VDIs. Why do we leverage the VDI? Because the desktop based feel, you can get it through the VDIs. When you are installing the VDI and when you are accessing the VDI, you will get the desktop based feel. So that's the reason the peoples are going with a VDI based approach. In the app centric view, when when you are choosing leverage the VDI based approach, then you can protect entire the desktop. The another approach is most of the companies are started using only the specific applications through the VDI. So like I mentioned earlier, the VDI is a very costlier approach because it needs multiple platform, it needs multiple team to support the platform, right? So if your applications are very minimal, we can leverage the private web application or SaaS based applications access only to protect them, right? How do you protect the private web apps or SaaS based application? Is that only tool available in the market is VDI, or any other tools is available? Now we are thinking of Zscaler Fitment, where we can fit in Zscaler Private Access. When you see here, there are two different types of VDI solutions. One is persistent VDI and non-persistent mode of deployment. Persistent desktop, you cannot do anything. You log in, your users are log into the VDA and they see their desktop, and the content or the all the details which they are saved into the machine will be available for them for future references as well. When you talk about non-persistent, there will not be any data saved over there. You will use today, and tomorrow when you are using, the previous data will not be available there, right? So through the non-persistent VDIs, they predominantly use web applications. They also use RDP or SSH to support the remote use administrators, and also they may have thick client apps. When you have web applications, what you can do, you can use a web browser isolation so that you can protect those applications downloading from local machine or copy and paste from the local machine, and all the contents of that particular application will be running on the remote location. Only the rendered output will given to you. You can apply multiple controls around that to protect the data within the browser. And RDP and SSH is predominantly for the remote administrators who administer the servers and corporate databases, right? So for them, what we can do, we can enable the privileged remote access mechanism to secure them. So this predominantly help you to reduce the cost and complexity of the VDI solutions. The third pointer is thick client applications. When you talk about thick client applications, it may be some uh, clients or some browser plugins is mandatory to initiate the connection, right? When that case, Zscaler doesn't have the option. And also if you are using persistent desktop, then Zscaler doesn't have the option. All two options like browser-based access or the RDP and SSH can be very well replaced with Zscaler Private Access. This is a term, how the browser isolation will help in your corporate, where you could see sessioned SaaS application and private applications, which are passing through the zero trust exchange from the user unmanaged machine, and the unmanaged machine will send out the request, and the request will be processed from an isolated browser section, and only the rendered pixel will be given to the unmanaged device so that they cannot copy, they cannot download content, or they cannot print that content within the web page. What is the benefit getting out of here? You no need to install the agent on the PC, and you can deploy this easily because only the browser-based access will be like you can access it via any of the browser after authenticating with your credentials. And you will have a granular control like upload, download, restrictions, and restricting the print access so that your data will not go out or will not be misused. And also you have a capability to integrate it with your zero trust exchange platform, DLP and threat protection. And when you compare to the VDI cost, this cost will be lesser than the VDI. The other option is what if you have multiple uh, applications, private applications. If your application is single application, you can have a browser isolation URL and you can access it. If you have 10 plus applications, it's very hard to remember all the application names, right? So what we can do, we can facilitate a console for those kind of users like user portal. When you log in that user portal, once you logged in that user portal with your credentials, you can see all the bookmarked applications, be it a SaaS based or be it in a private applications. You can click those applications and you can access them. Right now, I don't have the console view. Maybe in my second video, I will upload that. I will briefly discuss about how we can configure the browser access and what is the view or how it will look like. We can discuss in the upcoming slides. This is for privileged remote access. Like I mentioned here, there are administrators who predominantly access your servers and databases to administer from locally, remotely. So in that case, you can leverage the privileged remote access mechanism from Zscaler. Here also securing the pixel stream of access that will help you to do an isolated access, and there will be a policy-based control who should access the what, and the transfer of files will be protected by using this mechanism. So this is the detailed view how we can do this particular VDI replacement solution with the help of Zscaler Private Access. I hope this is useful. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.